Welcome back everyone. In our last video we generated our animation keyframes. If you hit play right now, your character just slides across the floor, stuck in their idle pose. Our animation clips are like the muscles of our character, but right now they don't have a brain to tell them when to flex. Today we're going to build that brain using the Animator State Machine, and we'll use code to perfectly sync our graphics to our physics. Let's dive in. Alright, so usually when you start a project, you'll have the animator up here. It'll appear next to the game panel. I closed mine out before, so I'm going to show you how to open it in case yours is not there. What you're going to do is you're going to go up to Window, then you're going to come down here to Animation, and then we're going to go over here to Animator, and then just click on that. Now right now there's nothing there, so let's go ahead and click on our player in the hierarchy, and now you're going to see the animations that we have pop up. We have our idle, we have a jump, and then we have our run right there. The first thing we need to do is we need to make these boxes talk to each other, so let's come over here and click on parameters. We're going to create just a few of them. Parameters are basically variables that live exclusively inside of the animator. So what we're going to do is this little plus sign up on the top left, we're going to press it to add a new one. We're going to select the first option, float, and then we're going to name it speed. Make sure you put make sure you take note of how you type it, because how you type it here is how you're going to have to type it in your code. Let's click on that plus sign again. This time we're going to choose a bool, and then we're going to name it is grounded. Again, make sure you type it exactly how we did here. That way you can type it correctly in the script. So this is going to be the speed at which we're moving. This is going to be a true or false box to know when we are actually jumping. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and wire some stuff up. So let's right click on our player idle. We're going to click on make transition, and then we're going to connect that to our player idle. Now we're going to click this arrow here, and we're going to make sure that we actually first let's go ahead and just make a transition back. So right click on player run, make transition, and then choose player idle. Now we're going to click on this one that goes back to player idle. We're going to uncheck has exit time. We're going to open up these settings, and then this transition duration, we're going to go ahead and make that 0. That way it just automatically stops, not like a slow down to a stop. This time what we're going to do now is come down here to conditions, and we're going to just press that plus sign. We're going to leave it on speed. We're going to make it less than, and we're going to say 0.1. So when our speed is less than 0.1, so when we let go of the arrows, then it's going to play this and transition from run to the idle animation. What we're going to do here for this one is we're going to go ahead and press this transition arrow. We're going to go ahead and choose takeoff has exit time. Our transition, we're going to go ahead and just make it 0.1, so it's a quick transition. And then for our conditions down here, we're going to press this plus sign. Speed is going to be greater than 0.1. Just like that. Alright, so what this is saying is when our speed is greater than 1, so when we're pressing the buttons left and right, it's going to play the run animation, and when we let it go, when we let go of the left and right arrows, or A and D keys, then it's going to stop. So next, let's go ahead and set up our jump. We're going to go ahead and actually right click on any state, choose make transition, and go to player jump. We're going to click on our transition arrow here. We're going to make sure that has exit time is unchecked, which it is. We're going to set our transition time to 0, and then we're going to add our condition down here. And the condition for this is going to be is grounded, and we're going to set it to false. So this means that no matter what we're doing, if our feet leave the floor, it's going to play the jump graphic. Finally, we need to land. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click on this player jump. We're going to click make a transition. We're going to come down here to player idle. Let's go ahead and click that arrow again. We're going to choose turn off has exit time. We're going to set our transition to 0, and then our condition is going to be is grounded is equal to true. So when we touch the floor, we go back to our default state. Now that our brain is built, let's go ahead and open up our player controller so that we can pass all that information through to the code. Alright, now that it is loaded, we need to add a new variable up here at the top. So just add that down here. It's going to be this private animator. We're going to name it anim. And then we need to go ahead and grab that code. And so we're going to put, or grab a reference to that. So we're going to put anim equals get component animator. Okay. What this is going to do is it's going to tell Unity to grab the animator component that's attached to a player the second the game starts. Alright, now for the fun part. We're going to scroll down here into our update function, and we want to update our animations every single frame, so we're going to go to the very bottom of this update method. And then we're going to put all these two lines in. anim.setFloat speed Mathf.Abs horizontal input, so the absolute value, and we'll talk about these in a minute. And then anim.setBool is grounded, comma is grounded. Remember, this is in the quotation marks here. Type it exactly how we typed the parameters in the animator. So now let's take a second to explain exactly what we just wrote. Right, the second line is very easy. anim.setBool is grounded, comma is grounded. We're simply taking the true or false value from our invisible foot sensor and pushing it directly into the animator's is grounded parameter. First line has a little bit of math in it. We use anim.setFloat to change the speed parameter, but we don't just pass in our horizontal input. Why? Because if we run left, our input is -1. Our animator logic only transitions to running if the speed is greater than 0.1. A negative number wouldn't trigger that animation. So by wrapping it into the absolute value, we're getting just that, the absolute value, which is this ABS. So it's ignoring the positive or negative signs, and it's just looking at it for what it is, which is 1. So now that the animator knows exactly how fast we're going, no matter which direction we face. Alright, let's go ahead and save our script. Let's head back into Unity and give this a second to compile, and then we'll press play and we'll test it out. Alright, we're idling and we're running, and we jump, and there's the jump animation. It's working just fine. So everything is looking exactly how it should. Let's drop. When we drop, it should play the jump animation, and there it goes. Perfect. Alright. So now that our characters flawlessly transitioning between idling, running, and jumping exactly when they're supposed to, our game looks great, feels and plays like a real platformer. Don't forget to save your scene by pressing Ctrl S. When I see you back in the next video, we're going to be going over collectibles. We have a folder with a bunch of different collectibles here, some daggers and diamonds, some hearts. We'll probably use the diamonds and the hearts for this. So yeah, until then, keep learning, keep building. I'll see you in the next video.